Hello, welcome back to an episode of StarCraft 2 Co-op mode. I've actually gotten 4 more characters for this. I do have Alarak, Nova, Stukov, and Phoenix. And I've also leveled them up to level 5. So, let's begin. So, Alarak's units are kind of weird because they're all range units. And I mean every single one of them is range except Alarak. Well, Alarak does have a ranged attack, but he also has a melee attack. And I do have him quite set up. So pretty much the units that Alarak has is Supplicates, which are pretty much the... They're more of the sacrifice units, so they are kind of good for beginning attacks, get a good chunk of them, and yeah. Also, when Alarak takes health damage, not shields, they will actually sacrifice their lives to give him health back, not shields. Next one is Slayers, which are mostly just stalkers, and that's it. Havocs are more of the... They don't allow you to actually teleport units, but they do allow your units to have increase 1 range and B, I think, damage as well. But they also have upgraded it, so it's not like the campaign that is literally just one thing and one thing alone. Next one after that, I think, is the special unit, which I get at level 8. I forget if I left it on the lowest one or if I have it on a higher one. I'm not 100% sure, but either way. So after that, I don't know his 8th level unit correctly. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, he does have that 8th unit, which it does show in the campaign. I'm not 100% sure if it's the same thing or if it's different. But anyway, then he has his Vanguard, which is the same thing in the campaign, except you get more upgrades for him. More upgrades for it. Then you get the Wrathwalker, which is mostly the same thing, except you have to upgrade to allow him to actually attack air units. And that's mostly it. But he also has War Prisms, which is similar to Warp Prisms, except is able to attack. After that, it's just the normal.
You have not enough minerals.
Greetings, Commanders. My fellow scientists have determined that Amon is using Kaldir as a staging ground for his troop shuttles. The warp conduits he uses cannot be attacked, so you will need to destroy the shuttles themselves before they can warp away.
So, yeah, other than that...
The central warp conduit is active. Amon will surely attempt to send his shuttles through it soon.
So, other than that...
You have not enough minerals.
you do get Alarak itself. You do get Alarak. And mostly he has similar abilities to what he had in the campaign itself. Except you also have Empower Me, which is more of the... He gains more damage the more units you have in store. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get in a Warp Gate. So anyway, his abilities, which the top are, which I don't have the R one quite yet, but you do have Structure Overcharge, which is quite useful for ally structures because that's mostly it. You don't get it for any other structure. But what you do have is a good start up. Um, I really do suggest that. I've actually played Alarak so many times that literally, um, I'd say he. I say for Alarak's army, I do like the changes itself that they did with the units. Is a lot different than what you normally see. But this is a nice change, I won't lie. It's a nice change. I'll get left wave, you get right lay. Both get middle.
You must construct additional pylons.
It's a joke. Anyway. I kind of like to joke with Alarak because his voice lines are a little bit funny. And I meant to spell if and I accidentally pressed O. Which makes sense because the I and O are quite together.
Finally.
Yeah. So anyway,
How shall you serve?
Alarak is kind of smooth with what they kind of do. But I am planning to go ahead and set up my units over here. I am going to build myself some supplicants. Just a couple. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay. So with supplicants itself, it's quite unusual because of the fact of the matter that you actually get 2 at a time.
Hostile forces are approaching us. Wait them.
Now I am going to go ahead and spend a little bit more than I should on pylons, but that should save me for the long run.
Oh, well, I agree with this choice.
So kind of show it off once I get to it.
We face Protoss warriors. Their loyalty to Amon will be their downfall.
So, as I said before, Alarak does have the same abilities. He does still have Discharge, Soul Absorption, and Destructive Wave. So, actually, oh right, because he didn't say that either way. So, let's get these 2 going.
My life for the High Lord.
So I do probably want to go ahead and take an extra probe, which I'm going to go ahead and set over here.
Speak.
Multiple shuttle launches bearing for the central warp conduit. Destroying them is your main objective.
Actually, how much longer will this take? Not long. So I'm going to go ahead and return all of these, wait for this to get done, warp it so I could go ahead and use his warp field to get myself a Slayer so I could go ahead and set stuff up. I kind of do like working with other Protoss players, even though that he may be a little bit more cluttered in the base wise. I do not have much of a problem with that. So he is setting up a base.
State your request. An enemy attack moves towards our base. Oh, most unwise. Upgrade complete.
Now make my Havocs invisible.
Shadows.
So, still the wave.
As
been destroyed.
Indeed. The enemy's plans have been thwarted for now.
Luckily enough, though,
Amon has taken an interest in some nearby Zelnaga shrines. Our researchers will investigate, but they will need to be guarded. Our research vessel is ready. We're moving out now.
As
I think it's over here. Then, yeah, I do have an extra probe around.
I agree with this choice. So goes the chain of ascension.
And you are able to use it on structures to go ahead and get that extra height. I do want to go ahead and clean out this base a little bit. Oh no, he's going over
We're
here.
detecting your main objective. A wave of shuttles inbound on an active conduit.
They are trying to evade us. We cannot allow this.
So I am going to go ahead and try to get over here as quick as possible. I don't think they are guarding this. No, they're not. So I'm going to go ahead and put down some pylons just to get things started. Either way, he's covering my butt.
I do not take kindly to intruders. Our enemies will learn that soon enough.
Luckily enough, though, I do have enough cash in store. Okay, I think other than that, I should be able to secure this rune and everything. Okay, it's now securing. Uh-oh. Oh, good.
We've gathered the data we need. Thank you for the escort, commanders.
Only because I willed it.
The shuttles are no more.
No enemy can escape our combined might.
The enemy dares to attack our base.
Uh-oh.
Chain of ascension. As I
Yeah, I'm taking a humongous risk right here by just doing that. That should obliterate anything that goes through.
only because I
Anyway, time to actually go ahead and go back to base and set up some more of these, because of the fact of the matter that so far I don't survive well in this climate without some extra supplies. Good thing is, I do have plenty of resources.
How shall you serve me?
Supplicants.
My life for
Gotta have some supplicants.
A wave of shuttles is making its way to an active warp conduit.
And it is moving quickly. Warriors, do not let it escape our grasp.
I don't know if my ally just went
as
AFK
I
or
desire.
something. Hold on for a second. Hello? Sure.
allies are in battle. The enemy is coming for us. Templar, ready your blades.
Sorry, excuse me for a moment while I take care of something. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to take something out to someone. Kind of ran it out there. So excuse me if I'm exhaling really quickly.
Shuttles has been shot down.
A shameful and cowardly death.
Boy.
They're carrying a research vessel. Let's make this one count.
Oh, I keep forgetting that they don't have much
State your request.
units to go with. Whew, I'm exhausted out a little bit.
As I will it. Oh, well, I agree with this choice.
Detecting 2 active warp conduits. They both have shuttles inbound on their positions.
As I desire.
There we go.
These foolish enemies seek to storm my base. Fall back to the shadows.
Research complete.
hour is upon us. I agree with this choice.
Scan complete. Thank you for your help. They would have been lost without you.
Our task is complete. The objective has survived.
Shuttles eliminated, Commanders.
Wow. Was the enemy expecting mercy? Unto death.
Research complete.
I think at this rate I should probably go ahead and set down more pylons over here and let him have some supply over here as well. Plus, go ahead and try to set up more pylons to do stuff with.
Another warp conduit has been activated. A wave of shuttles is headed toward it.
None shall escape me. State your request.
Upgrade complete.
Also, they apparently don't have any flying units.
So goes the chain of ascension. I do not take kindly to intruders. Our enemies will learn that soon enough.
Hold on.
Scans confirm the shuttle's destruction.
All who oppose me shall suffer.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
You have not enough minerals.
My life for the High Lord.
You know animals. Sometimes they can't keep their own yaps shut.
Another wave of shuttles is headed for a warp conduit.
I will crush them before they can scurry away.
Yeah.
Research vessel ready. Let's get a team to that shrine.
As I desire.
I'm going to actually go ahead and take that out.
Hostile forces are approaching us. Break them. So shall it be.
Your allies' base is besieged. I am shielding our forces now.
You have prevented the shuttle's escape.
It is not so simple to evade the wrath of the Templar.
I am here in the shadows.
enemy moves against us. We will meet them head on.
Shuttles are on course for all 3 conduits. We will have to split our forces to stop them all.
Or in this case, set up defenses.
What?
Our scans are finished. Science owes you a great debt, Commanders.
And now you are in my debt.
Our adversaries intend to eliminate us. Templar, greet them in kind.
You pledge your power to me. My somebody's life is mine. A good trade. As I desire.
Yeah, so that's what Empower Me does. It's just a way to just say, yeah, this and this and such. It just empowers him. It's like the right erasure. There's no point in it. Set to empower, push. Here we go. The power of icons.
A well-deserved victory. The shuttles have been eliminated.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what Alarak is. He's mostly a hard, difficult. He's a hero. How to really push this? He's just a really tough hero to put down. Ascendance, that's it. But either way, I didn't really get to show off the Wrath Walker, which is just mostly... It's a walker that... It just like Colossus, and that's mostly it. Except instead of having like the lasers do splash damage, just have one shot and shoots it. But I did try to get the research for it and try to push myself to get them, but I didn't really get to show them off. But anyway, so you get this soul absorption level 1 and everything, but you don't mostly get. You also do get the charges at level 1 as well. You get a lot of Alarak's ability, almost half of his abilities in the beginning. But you do have to get the upgrades to help improve his abilities. The overcharge, structure overcharge, which I didn't really get to show off, that's just mostly you put on an ability, it shoots a powerful shot, and it survives there for a little bit. But with the level 2, you actually get a barrier for it to absorb it, so that will help out a little bit. His aggressive tactics is mostly increases range of his deadly charge by 3 and reduces cooldown by 5. That one's actually really useful because a lot of things. One of Alarak's weaknesses is if you don't have many people on the field, or you're running low on cash, you really need to kill a lot of enemies to get what you need to get back from what they took, which is your health and shields. Death Council upgrade supports get plus 25 shields, which is quite useful just in case they're targeting them instead of you. Allow stalkers to become temporarily invulnerable after taking damage, which is quite useful because they are your only early air units that are set up, because the Havocs I don't think have an attack. I don't think so. Anyway, as I said before, Empower Me, which is mostly he gains increased attack and ability damage for each friendly unit, which also counts your allies as well. Robotic Bay upgrade, which will actually allow you to make your Vanguard splash damage area by 30%. Increases the Wrath Walker's attack speed. I don't get the Wrath Walkers very often because of the fact of the matter, a lot of missions are tough and you need to reinforce them a lot. So yeah. But Alarak does have some nice abilities for his units. The Arbard, as he was missing, is the Death Fleet. You summon them out, you get the Tallarine Mothership and destroyers, which is pretty much what the Void Ray, I think that's what they're called. I have to look back. Yeah, Void Ray, it's a copy of it. But you also get the new unit. There's more upgrades for Alarak. Next level electrical surge. Sacrificing a Alarak's net deadly charge to deal extra 50 damage for 4 enemy units near the primary target, which is kind of good. Overpowered Alarak's attacks does area damage while Empower Me is active. That's pretty good. Running Skies, unlock the motherships. Last Thermal Lance ability and warping for additional destroyers. I think you get 2, so that's pretty good. And finally, Alarak has Wrath of the High Lord. Reduces the cooldown of Alarak's deadly charge by 10 and destructive way by 5. And whenever a supplicant is sacrificed. That's pretty nice for Alarak, since a lot of his healing potential is in his deadly strike and its destructible wave. Power Me is more of a backup shot to allow you to actually destroy bigger targets, like if you're going against an Archangel or the pirate ship and your units are like, you have a good chunk of units, but they don't have the aerial attack, which is all his units has range, which is bad for one reason, is because you don't have very strong units. The supplicants don't have the health of a zealot, so they are a little bit weaker, but they are kind of good to help out Alarak. You cannot resupply with Havericks. You have to get the war prisons, which I didn't show off either, because mostly they are very bad. A lot of the warp prisons problems is mostly it's able to attack, which is good, but one problem is when it attacks, it has to shoot up pretty close, which kind of makes it a waste of time. That's why you see me sending Alarak back and forth to the base, is because instead of having what Artanis, Vardzin, I don't remember his name, and Calarax, they have abilities that allow them to have their units attack from a good distance and warp in additional structures. Well, it can warp in additional structures, it's just it's going to be useless. Warp in additional supply units. Alarak mostly had to depend on his war prism, which dies pretty easily. It has normal health and shields of a war prism, I think, if I remember correctly. Either way, so supplicants only attacks the ground. His slayers actually do attack ground, and air units, Havocs don't attack at all. This attacks the ground. This attacks the ground. This is able to attack the ground, but you're able to have an upgrade to attack the sky. This attacks both, but the one problem is a lot of it, like 1, 2, 3, attack the sky. A lot of his other units only attack the ground, which is pretty bad. And that's why Alarak is able to attack the ground, sky. So the best tactic to have with him is to mostly make him a Zord, because he's the only person that has a good health pool and a shield pool to destroy the bigger guys. You see me deadly charge into a lot of things. That does a good chunk of damage. And that could eliminate a lot of your problems. But anyway. So, just a little thing for the end of the video. The only reason why I'm not doing Star Wars Empire War Force of Corruption is because the game got corrupted, so I had to restart it, which I've already started already. So I'm going through it again, making sure that the units, I'm going to try to keep a similar concept of units. I'm going to try to head as far as I can, do anything, and it's just one of those things that it's very cost effective and such. But either way, if you guys enjoyed the video, please go and put that like button, subscribe button, see more content, and see you guys tomorrow. Adios, amigos.